Most of you are overcomplicating lead generation. You need to understand that when your leads stop coming in, your business stops growing. And every single business needs a consistent way to generate high quality and qualified leads. And an effective B2B lead generation strategy really only comes down to following just 8 simple steps. My promise to you by the end of this video is that you will have the full roadmap on how to go from not having any outbound infrastructure to filling up your calendar. Before we jump into the steps, I want to just touch on a couple things. You need to have a specific mindset when you're approaching lead generation. The first thing is volume is king. Let's say for every 1,000 people that you reach out to, you get 1 client. And if you want to book 5 new clients a month, then you know you need to reach out to 5,000 people. If you know your numbers, you can see what type of volume you need to consistently grow your business. Another component and principle that you need to understand is that speed in your replies and responses and communication with potential leads, with warm or hot leads, will maximize your booking rates. Now, when it comes to cold emailing, when you do a lot of volume, you might be getting hundreds of responses a day. And if you want to stay on top of it, it's probably a good idea to have someone actually dedicated to managing your inbox so that you continue to capture all of the positive responses you're getting and converting as many as possible. The other part is you need to be persistent. A lot of people, they might just do one outreach. So the follow-up is a huge deal. The first step is you need to have an offer that is king. You need to have a unique selling proposition, an offer that stands out from everybody else, that individuals that you're reaching out to know that this is different, this is what I want. They can't say no to your offer. That's how good of an offer you want to create. So you're probably asking yourself, well, how do I create an irresistible offer? First is identifying and understanding your target audience. If you're selling ice cream, you got to understand everybody that you're reaching out to who really likes ice cream. You really have to get in the mind of the person that you're reaching out to, because if you don't understand who they are and what their ambitions and their pains and their struggles and their daily life is like, then your offer is going to just fall to the wayside. They're not going to care. The next part of creating a compelling offer is you got to really highlight your unique benefits. Chances might be that your offer currently doesn't have that, and you might actually have to work on the business's offer for the potential client, and that's okay. That's part of this process. Some things other people do to create compelling offers is they create urgency or scarcity, but they also use clear and persuasive language. Another part you're probably going to have to test to see how it lands with your ideal client. You can create this new offer, try it out, and see how people respond and get that feedback and understand that negative feedback is still positive for you, because if people aren't responding or people are negatively responding, then that means you need to change something and you're one step closer to succeeding. For step number 2, you got to learn how to scrape leads. There are a lot of different ways to get leads. Some people go to Google Maps and they use a Python script and they scrape all the business's information from Google Maps. Some people hire individuals from Fiverr to go to public directories and scrape things. I'm going to show you Instantly's Lead Finder because it's a great tool that instantly you can use to verify the leads that you want in a centralized location. Once you've signed into your account, on the left-hand side in the dashboard at the top, that magnifying glass, you're going to click on Lead Finder. And once you're in there, let's just, for example, go with the roofing company. We're going to target CEOs and CFOs for now. As you can see, we have 900,000 potential people, but we've barely filtered this down. So I'm going to do within the United States. Now we're going to think about who has really big roofs. Well, probably the manufacturing industry. So we'll click on manufacturing. So now you can see we've whittled down that 900,000 people listed to 51,000. Now, since we're targeting larger commercial properties, I'm going to use the employee size of 25 to 100 and 100 to 250. Some people can use revenue if they want. That's up to you. That's another way to filter through the size of a company. You can use a domain of a company that's a client, and you can find other potential clients that are exactly like your existing client. For example, if I want to use abm.com, I typed in this random website, a CEO, and in the United States, and everyone who has the title of CEO that's working with ABM, it pulled up their information. So you can use this to find tons of people with a specific title. If you have a database of, let's say, a ton of URLs, you can really whittle it down and get super specific. The better you understand who they are, the more you can find out where they're at and figure out how many of them exist exist. Another part of that, though, is it's really important to have data that's new because data ages really quickly. Someone might change a company or change a job or lose a job, or a company might go out of business. So emails that are out in the internet, if they're not validated and updated regularly, it's going to be an irrelevant and actually a negative impact for you. So it's really important to have clean, verified leads. The next step, number 3, is to set up your domains and get email accounts. A lot of people go over to GoDaddy or Bluehost and they buy multiple subdomains, and then they go over to Gmail and they buy a bunch of inboxes, and you have to connect them with your MX records and then set up your DNS records on GoDaddy or Bluehost, and that's your SPF, your DMARC. At the end of the day, there's a super simple solution. You go over in the dashboard and you click on email accounts. Let's say you want to add new email accounts to your profile. On the right hand side, you click on add new, and there is a done for you email setup. So you click on the Gmail, you type in the website that you're using. So we'll just do commercial roofer, and we will instantly show you a bunch of options of the subdomains for you to select. So select the ones you like, and then over here, all you need to do is type in your domain. You can choose whatever name you want. If you don't like the names, you can delete them by clicking on the trash can. In this box here, you can type in the name you want to use and add it. You can also select the subdomain you're wanting to create the email accounts for. Then you click on place order. It's just a literally click and go. For step number 4, this is going to be on a higher level, but you need to pick a cold email strategy. First off, you need to define your objective. The next part is you need to research and understand and target the right audience. The next part of your strategy is to craft your email. After you've crafted your email, you're going to craft your follow-ups, and then you're going to see how these campaigns work. For step number 5, we're going to jump in here to writing your cold email copy. It's really important to make your email copy personalized. This comes back to understanding these people and having clear obsession almost with who they are and what they want and what they're struggling with. From the very basic, you can use someone's first name. The next component here is you can use the company name. This is a great way to show that you know what company they work for, and you can also prove that you're reaching out to someone who your product is relevant to. You can use someone's email, their title, their Twitter handle, the industry, keywords you found on them, their LinkedIn, location, employee, company news, phone numbers. Another thing you can do though, when you go under the leads, over here on the right hand side, if you click on this brain emblem, you can use AI to generate unique, personalized copy for these people. So you can create a prompt that will use the industry these people are in and create a market reference for that and say, hey, I see that Bob's Electric is really struggling with finding new employees to help sustain growth. Or you can use the business's location and say, hey, I see that Bob's Electric is located in New York. Are you a huge Yankees fan? You can use the AI to create these type of outputs and then put them in your email copy. It's a great way to use personalization. For step number 6, let's jump into setting up your cold email campaign. If you want to create a new campaign, on the right hand side, you just click on add new and you type in the name of the campaign you want to create. The next step is adding leads. You can use our lead finder to easily transfer leads over into a campaign. So I'm just going to select these ones that I showed from earlier, and I'm going to select the campaign that I just created. Now it will transfer these over to my campaign and it will verify them all at the same time. So now I can, on the left hand side, go back to my campaigns, click on the campaign I just created, and see that I have the leads already in here. The next step is to create the sequence and write your email copy. For your subject line, I suggest that you only do 3 to 5 words here. It's important that you think about, most people see their emails on their phone and they don't see very many words. So keep it short, brief, to the point, but also relevant to what you're writing. If you need help writing ideas for your product, down here, we have a bunch of templates that you can use. So let's just say you're a coaching company and you can insert this template. The next step you're going to do right here, you're going to click add step. Now, once again, if you're struggling to write email copy, you can come down here and use the templates to write. This is how easy it is to create multiple step email reply sequence. After you've done this, then what you do is you come over here to the schedule, decide on the times when you're going to be reaching out to people. I like to do in the mornings, let's say up until 3 p.m. You can do Monday through Friday and then hit save. Once you've done that, you come over here to options. Under accounts to use, you select all the email accounts that you want to use. Once you get that all going, you just hit launch and this campaign will go live. For step number 7, this isn't quite about cold email, but it is an important component of doing cold email. People are naturally not trusting when they're solicited. So when I get 500 emails a day from a bunch of random people, I generally don't trust them. And if something is somewhat compelling and I click on it and then I want to look up their website to see if they're legitimate, then it's important that their website actually shows me that they're legitimate. And if I look them up on social media, do they have videos? Do they have posts? If you don't have an online presence or you're not controlling what people find when they look you up, then chances are that your reply rate or your conversion rate are going to be lower. It's really, really important that you control and influence what people find about you online, because this is a great way to build trust. So get out there, get on LinkedIn, write some posts, write some blogs for your website, do some YouTube videos, help people understand who you are without ever talking to you. Number 8, your reply rate is one of the most important components. If you're having a 0.03% reply rate, there's probably something either wrong with your targeting, with your offer, or with your email copy, or maybe your lead database. When it comes to open rates, I personally find them as a vanity metric because there are some security systems that instantly show that an email's been opened once it comes into the system. So in this campaign, I did multiple variants within a campaign. That means there was 5 different versions of an email per step. And you can see how these different variants are doing. And from that, I can learn through A/B testing who is responding to what. I hope you find this helpful. If you're curious about the software that tens of thousands of businesses use to book hundreds of sales calls every month with cold email, check out Instantly.ai. You can find it in the link in the description, and also click on this video to learn about the new way of cold email in 2024. I'll see you in the next one.